Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. Thank you, Michelle. It was lovely watching you. Donna, I hope you get well soon. So let's see what we've got today. So what I've been thinking about this week is we had a lot of snow in the UK, and what I was finding was, as it was all of a sudden one night it was really, really thick, and then the next night the snow had totally disappeared, apart from just tiny bits of ice, and there was a few little tiny flowers trying to break through, and the ice was just melting around them, so they'd been totally covered up. And what I found myself thinking about is how we can do that ourselves due to past pain, past heartbreak, past betrayals, might be present heartbreak and betrayals. We tend to put our heart sometimes in a block of ice. Does that make sense? And when we do that, we then stop that love coming in, and we stop ourselves giving love and receiving love. We might think we are, but we've actually put up massive barriers, just like those little flowers just covered in the snow. But what I saw as the snow melted and these little flowers appearing, coming through, and the petals then started to open the day after as the sun shone on them, I found myself thinking that that's what we need to do, is allow the ice around our hearts to melt, because we can keep wishing for love, we can keep wanting that positivity in our life, but if we are blocked to receiving, we end up maybe giving too much in a desperate way, wanting to be loved. And what we don't realize is sometimes the reason that we're not receiving that love is because we're stopping it. So I thought we need to make a choice. And every day, I remember getting to the point many years ago of realizing that every day, because things can change so fast, like 1 minute there was the snow, the next day it's all gone. And our lives can be the same. We can wake up every morning deciding we want to be different, deciding we want to make a different choice. So you can decide tomorrow morning, today, you can decide, I'm going to choose to behave differently or not. I'm going to choose to let love in my life or not. I'm going to choose to jump at every opportunity that comes my way, or I'm going to stay sitting on the sofa and not take any action and moaning that life doesn't happen for me. We make these choices. So I just wanted to share that with you, because that was a very, very powerful message that I got through this week, that every day we have a chance, like those new little shoots of those flowers, to have new beginnings in our life. We can just choose to be different, and we can unfreeze our hearts, let go of resentments, or we can choose to live with those resentments and anger and keep moaning that love doesn't come into our life. So again, it's a choice. We need to make it happen for us now. We can't choose to be happy when this arrives, or when I get love, or when I get that new house, or when I get that new whatever it is. It doesn't work like that. We have to change. We have to allow it to flow into our life. So I just wanted to share that with you, because I felt that was a very good theme for going on this evening. So let's just see. I'm going to pull a card for everybody. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is where you are. So I'm just going to pull a card as I do for everybody. Once again, I was helping block some of the unwanted trolls that was coming onto Michelle's show. So please, again, as I always say, don't put your attention on them. As Spirit always say, keep your attention. Pretend we're all in this beautiful little group together. We're in my healing room, okay? We're all together in this beautiful group, and all those of you who are here with me are meant to be here this evening, okay? There will be something that resonates with you. So even if I'm giving a reading for somebody else, do keep your ears open, because this could also be messages for you, okay? On the show, I tend to find they can be more general. I won't talk about very personal things. So you may find that Spirit has a message for you through a different message. So keep it focused on here. If I don't want to be distracted by the trolls, we have banned a few people, but just to say to whoever you are, you're not welcome. We keep this, as Michelle said, the vibration is high and you don't belong here. Okay, so let's see what this card is for everybody. So this will be for us all as the theme for this evening for you all. Okay, friendship and union. How wonderful is that we're all together tonight? So I think that's why I feel very clearly that there could be messages here that resonate with all of you, because I'm feeling like this is a group of friends this evening. Okay, I'm also just going to pull an affirmation for us all as well. And I take on board these messages for the week as well. So this is for your week ahead. Maybe much deeper than that, but doesn't mean it finishes after a week. Ease. So, and what I was just saying about choosing to let go, choosing to soften, release your heart from any barriers that you've put up to receiving love. It's time to let go of the past. All right, the past doesn't, if it's holding you back, it's not serving a purpose anymore. It's okay to visit the past, but it's when we get stuck there and with the behaviors because of what happened to us in the past, that's when we have real trouble moving on. Okay, so as I said earlier, it's a choice. Okay, so I just want to, let's just see who we've got. Hi Laura, let's start with Laura. Angelo. Okay Laura, let's see. Now I use lots of different types of cards, so I'll go to what I feel drawn to for you. And I want to use these. I want to sort of see where you might be blocked and what's stopping you as we're talking about letting go of the past. I'm just going to see where it is you might be blocked. Okay. Now, while I'm just doing this, my details are in the box below. I am a psychic medium, a Reiki master, spiritual healer, an executive coach, chakra dance facilitator, many things, more than that. So you can go to my website, melaniewellard.co.uk. Please go and have a look there. I also do regular little inspirational videos to help lift you. So you can visit those on my Facebook page, YouTube. So Laura. Okay, what I got for you, Laura, is surrender your attachment to results. Okay, sometimes we can get, when we're trying to manifest, we can do all the right things. You know, we write down our dreams, we do a vision board, we keep our wishes going, we can do new moon rituals, we can do whatever to help keep ourselves, and then start to take action. The only problem is when we are too attached to how that is going to show itself to us, that's when we can stop it. Okay, we can actually stop it happening, because it's a bit like if you went and planted a tree or a new shoot. So they're talking a lot about plants tonight, and you put it in the soil, okay, and then you go back indoors, and then the next morning you're like, oh, it's so exciting, I planted a new tree. And then you go out and you pull it up to see if it's growing yet, and it's not. So you put it back in, pat it back down, and then a week goes by and you go, I wonder if it's growing roots yet, and you go outside and you pull it up, and there's maybe a tiny little root, but you've already ripped it out of the soil, so now you're going to hamper that growth. Well, this is the same. if we get too attached, can you see that, the lights on it? Sorry, is that okay? If you get too attached to the results, then the universe, the spirit will deliver you what you've asked for, but it might not be in the package that you thought it was, if that makes sense. So then you sort of say, no, that's not what I want. I'm waiting for this perfect thing that I've decided on, and it's got to come in that way. But they've delivered you what you need. Because remember that spirit will often provide you with what you need more than what you think you want. Because remember, they know, they can see it better. So do let go. And again, I think this could be a message for many of you. Do surrender that attachment to results, okay? Make your manifestation, whatever it is that you're wishing for. I'm just going to try something else, because I do feel that there's something that you are building at the moment and you want to come to fruition. Right, they're using the word fruition because they're thinking of the tree, a fruit tree. But it will bear fruit, okay? So they're sticking, the spirit's been sticking with this analogies tonight. It will bear fruit, but now you have to just let it go, all right? Just surrender it and then get on with your life. And keep taking small steps. You know, you're not going to sit on the sofa and just wait for it to happen. You do need to take action towards it. Right, I just want to see what else there might be there for you. Yeah, so this is interesting because you've got surrender. I'll try it this side, the light right on it there. You've got surrender procrastination. Okay, so that's what they're saying. Don't just sit and wait. You need to take action. You need to take those steps towards your dream. But don't be too dogmatic. Don't be too attached to how it's going to look. You have your plans, but the future needs to remain a bit fluid. And just keep taking those steps towards it, because it is going to bear fruit. I'm getting that in sort of like neon letters. So I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, let's see who else we've got here. Okay. Okay, Stephanie Samaras. This isn't just for you, Stephanie, but I do feel I'm getting lots of messages that are going with this theme for this evening, that that we do need to take action, okay, to make our dreams manifest, or just to change our life. We must take action. So that whole thing I was saying at the beginning is we have a choice. We have a choice to either stay sitting on the sofa, or we have a choice to get ourselves up, get ourselves dressed and get out there. And even if that's just getting out for a walk and taking those first steps to changing our life, okay? So we need to change that environment around it. So Stephanie, as I was just talking there, they're telling me I need to use the romance cards with you, okay? So I feel that there is something for you on this. Okay, let me just see, Steph. I've got two sets here that I want to use with you. Okay. Right, I feel that, okay, I'm just going to use a different pack with you as well. I want to see what the story is with them together, okay? I've been on a beautiful walk in the woods this morning. It's been absolutely lovely. Trees do it for me every time. Raise my vibration, make me feel relaxed. Stephanie. Okay, right. So what I'm feeling here, Stephanie, as I link in with you, is has there been somebody, don't know whether I'm getting totally new in your life, but you've actually got this could be the one. Okay, and now this is making sense even more to me. What's the messages I was getting right at the beginning of the theme of the evening, because here we've got that something new coming into your life, but what needs to happen is you've also got the heal card. Now, what I feel with this is I'm being shown that you would have resonated with what I said at the beginning of the show, that the hurts of your past have put your heart behind a bit of a barrier, and now you're holding back. Does that make sense? I just feel that you are, you're not sure. It's like, oh, hang on a minute. Or it can switch and then you can become too needy and you're wanting someone to prove they love you all the time because of that hurt from the past. So I'm being shown that this is the problem with what it does. It keeps you chained. All right. It keeps you chained to the past experiences, past relationships. It's time to heal that. And I do feel that what you might need to heal that is to start on the path of forgiveness. All right. And remember, with forgiveness, it doesn't condone behavior. It doesn't say it's okay. But the problem is, without forgiveness, we keep ourselves, it's us that's keeping us chained to the past. Does that make sense? And therefore, in order to free yourself, you've got to break the chains. And that can only happen with your own healing. Then you're ready to trust again and receive loving again. Okay. So I would suggest with this situation, take it a day at a time. Don't rush. There is no need to rush with this. Yes, I feel like I feel with this in daydreams and decisions, it's like you want something, you've tried to manifest it, this is what you dreamed of, but then it's like, I'm not sure what to do, I'm not sure what to do. Does that make sense? And I'm just feeling here very much, take it a day at a time, okay? Don't rush. If you rush, you're going to want to have it a certain way. And I think going back to that card for everybody, let go your attachment to results. Sorry, with the previous one, I'm being shown that again. Don't be thinking, where's this going? How's it going to end up? Are we going to be married? Are we going to have children, etc., etc.? Okay, bring it back to now, day at a time. This is definitely a time for being in the present and just learning to be together day by day. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, who else we got here? Okay, Nessie Love. Okay, you'd like it on your career. Okay, I'm going to yeah, I'm going to look a bit at your purpose might be. Okay. As different readers, we can all use similar cards, but our guidance and interpretation can be different. Oh, that one's jumped out. Okay, well, that's interesting. You've got trust here, okay, as your sole purpose. And this is to do with your career. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path, okay? Because what I'm feeling here is you're not, there's a sense here of not feeling good enough, if that makes sense, or I can't do that, or that's impossible. So I'm feeling quite a lot, Nessie, of negative talk coming in here, if that makes sense. And so that trust, I feel that's a dual trust. I want you to work at believing more in yourself. Now, there's lots of ways you can do that. Start just a list. You'd have had to, in the past, write a CV. You know, look at what your gifts are, look at what your strengths are, look at what you've done in the past. Just getting that narrative more positive to say, oh, I'm good at this. That's what I can do that. Here's a list of my skills. All right. Ask other people, what do you think I'm good at? It's like, I just want you to feed that feeling of trusting in yourself, because you are totally capable of doing. And I feel there's advancement coming up. So whether that is you developing something new, but I'm definitely seeing this sort of as you can see, this sort of rising up. Does that make sense? Definitely taking on something new. Just want to see what might be a block for you. Okay, yeah, so that just confirms it. All right, surrender worry. All right, so that's why I just was feeling that you've got to start building trust in the universe. Trust that you are being guided down the right way, but that is also about trusting your intuition, that the guidance you're getting, that the intuition is telling you yes, that's the direction you need to go in. But when we worry, the thing with worry is, okay, and I feel this is also a message for everybody. The thing with worry is it doesn't actually achieve anything, does it? If we sat, so if you had a choice, what I was saying at the beginning about choices, if you have a choice that you can either, so you've got one situation, so say it is, I'm starting a new business, I'm going for a new job, and then you do all the work leading up to it, and then you have a choice of a day. You can either let it go and wait until it starts to build, or you wait for a reply or whatever it is you're waiting for, or you can sit there and worry all day, or you can spend the day going out, go for a nice walk, speak to friends, and keep your vibration high, and say, you know, and just take the attitude that if this is right for me, this will come to me. Or we can sit indoors and we can worry all day. You've got the same day, but you've spent it in different ways. I promise you, sitting worrying all day will not make it happen any quicker or in any different way. You just get yourself in a state. So then when you start moving forward, you can develop negative emotions towards something. I had somebody that I interviewed for a job once, and sorry, I get an itch on my nose. Spirit, whenever they're talking to me, they make my nose itch. I wish it did mean that money was coming. And I remember interviewing somebody who was perfect for the job. But after the interview, and I rang up to offer the job, and she refused it because she said, I don't think I can do it. And so I had to spend half an hour convincing her she could do it, and that the interview was tough, but I definitely wanted her for the job, and she turned out to be fantastic. But because she'd sat worrying about it at home, okay, so she had actually worried. She didn't trust in herself. She didn't trust that what was hers would come to her. So then she got offered it. So she got her dream. She got offered it and then went, no, I can't do it. So it took me a long time. Anyone else might have just let her go. And she turned out to be the best member of staff I'd ever had. So I hope that makes sense. Do just, I want to say, oh, sorry, no, they want to give you something else. What else is coming in here with this? Nessie. Okay. What's coming in, Nessie? Okay. This feels like this is something different. I don't want to go off on a tangent here, but you've got a friendship card. So I want to say here that, oh, okay, right, I know what I'm getting here. There is somebody around you who is a good friend. I'm being told trust in the right people. So trust in those people you know that have your best interest at heart. That doesn't mean they always tell you what you want to hear, but I am being told that you have a friend who is very good at telling you how good you are, and you need to trust that, and you need to listen. All right, and then that will help you build your trust in yourself. Does that make sense? Okay, thank you. I hope that helped. Okay. Georgie Morris. Georgie. Okay. Right, what do I want to say to you, Georgie? Okay, for some reason I'm being drawn to the goddess cards here. Right, let's see what's going on here. I'm getting here about that you are very connected to the divine feminine. Very at home with that. Very balanced masculine and feminine energy I get with you. Okay. You're very good at seeing both sides. You're very good at seeing things. This is really good. You'd make a good counselor. You're very good at seeing things from both a female and a masculine point of view. If you're very balanced in being a mediator between friends. Does that make sense? I'm just being shown you sit quite happily, being able to see everybody's point of view. But I feel that goes deeper than that, and I feel that you are very balanced in masculine and feminine energy. Okay, and just to confirm that, the goddess card that I pulled is matte, okay, and it's fairness. So there you go. This is how they confirm it. All right, so that's what I was getting, and it says the situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. But what I'm getting is you are that mediator. You are the person that can balance. It's like they're showing me a set of scales, and you've got people with arguing on both sides, and you are the pivot. I don't know what that would be called on a set of scales, but I'm being given the word pivot. And I'm just getting here that that's where you sit. People aren't always pleased to know you do that because people want you to take sides. Does that make sense? Okay, I just want to... Yeah, people want you to say, no, agree with me, but you're very good at always... It can be a double-edged sword for you, can't it? You can always see someone else's point of view. What I'm getting here, though, is be careful that you don't... you can be over fair when you've got something that you want to say, and you're very good at understanding someone else's point of view. So what I get here is sometimes you can do away with your own wishes because you're seeing someone else's point of view, or in an argument you will concede all the time because you can see the other person's point of view. Okay, lovely trait to have. Just make sure though that you're not rolling over. All right, if so you need to make sure that fairness keeps with you. All right. Okay, there's something more for you here. Yeah, okay. Well, they're just rubbing it in that what we're saying is correct, is compassion. You have just this huge compassionate heart. And I want to say you do a lot for others. I just feel here, Georgie, that are you missing out on doing it for yourself? I keep being told, yes, it's lovely doing this. It's a wonderful gift. But I feel that the attention needs to be put a bit more on yourself. Okay, I do feel it's like taking time out and giving yourself the spa day. Okay, you might not mean that literally, you might want to, but I don't. It just feels like nurturing yourself. All right. There's been a lot of this trying to balance everyone else's needs. It's time to do it for yourself. I'm just seeing if there's anything else here. Yeah. Okay. And you've got here surrender to your intuition. Okay. So I feel that you already know what I'm saying. You are you do use your intuition very, very well in all these situations that I've discussed. But I'm getting here that you know your intuition is telling you that you need to take time out for you. Does that make sense? So I'm just getting here. Please listen. Please listen. Okay. Yeah, I've just got a very spiritual soul with you. And then just as a last one, I pulled the Epiphany card. All right. And it's almost like you get these high level spiritual messages. But I think the Epiphany for you this week is you need to take care of you. All right. I hope that helps. Okay. What else is here? Michelle Harris. Laura, yeah, how do you unblock things that are already unblocked? I'm not quite clear on the question, but obviously here I've given you a reading tonight. If you wanted to direct message me and book a reading to go deeper into that, then that would be great. But I just want to get on to some other people. So Michelle, okay, Michelle, right, let's have a look. Sorry, I'm just getting a message in there, Laura. Sometimes we think things are unblocked. I've been given some really lovely deep lessons by Spirit over the years, and one of them is the life is like an onion. So we can think we've learned a lesson, and that could be on any subject. That could be on trust, that could be on love, it could be on communication, learning to communicate better with people, whatever it might be. And we think, right, I've dealt with that, I've worked on that really hard, and now I can move on. And then all of a sudden later in life it comes up and smacks us. Yeah, there it is, right again. And you think, but I've done all this, I've done all the work on this, I've done the healing on this. No, what I was shown time and time again is you're now ready for the advanced lesson. So we're never, I don't believe we're ever given anything that we can't handle, okay? And that's different for everybody. And so we deal with a particular type of situation at a certain level, and then all of a sudden it seems like it's coming back up again, and we think it's all been healed, but we're now just ready to go a bit deeper with it. Okay, so very often we think things are unblocked because we remember there's a lovely saying that says we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. Okay, so we all have filters on our ears, filters on our eyes, filters on our heart. Okay, and due to whatever that might be, what we've come here with, what our experiences have been, we see the world through those filters. So you could have a room filled with 10 people and you have a meeting, and apart from taking some minutes, you would come out and question each of those people, and they would all discuss it in a different way. They would all deliver a message saying, well, that's what people said. And you'd have someone else going, that isn't what they said. They said this. And you don't have arguments. And then it's only through reading the minutes that you would know exactly what was said. It's because we hear things. So sometimes we might get defensive or hear that someone's taking a slight at us or that they're attacking us. But that's usually what's going on inside of us. And that's triggering us. So it's about what we're being triggered with. Okay. And again, that's very different to each of us. The key is recognizing the triggers. When we feel a surge of emotion come up, it's time to stop, observe, and then look into that a bit deeper. For me, that's always, I don't have many now, but it's what triggers me, okay? And it's usually a feeling of feeling defensive, helpless, angry. It just washes up quickly, okay? But that's a trigger. It's like somebody's hit your hot button. So it's always a good thing to look at what your hot buttons are, and they're the things to start looking deeper at. That's where we're normally blocked. We think it's okay because that's how we believe, that's how we think. But if it's being triggered, it's usually there's something we need to lift the lid on that. Okay. So Michelle. Okay, Michelle. We've got surrender to passion here. Okay. Now, this I feel is not necessarily the sexual passion. This feels like what causes you to get a fire in your belly? What gets you up in the morning? What is it you're dreaming of? What is it you love doing? Okay, because I feel you've been neglecting that. All right, I really feel you need to bring more of that back into your life. You just let things slide a bit. Okay, and this is what I feel is going to start moving your life forward. It's asking yourself, what is it that gets me fired up? And if you feel that the dial has been turned right down on all of that, it's just time to turn it up. So you might just need to take a few steps towards your passion to start with, because I am feeling with you that there is a sort of a bit of lethargy going on here, and it just all seems too hard. So we have to, going back to the beginning of the video, it's that message of sometimes we need to just kick ourselves up the backside to get moving and just start taking some small steps. Interesting, that's the card I pulled for all of us, the friendship and union card for you, and I was just linking in with it there. And it feels like you need to, there's someone you've turned away from that is making you, oh, okay, is it the way you feel that you're sort of pushing people away? And I feel you've just got to turn back towards somebody, okay? I feel there's something to make amends for, and to, yeah, I just feel it's some love and kindness needs to be put into this relationship, okay, to just make amends. I'm feeling like they're showing me it's like a zip has opened it's sort of divided and split the relationship a bit, and they're just showing me, it's a funny thing they're showing me here, doing a zip up and bring it back together, okay? And how a zip comes back together is it's those little teeth coming in and then it's joined again, okay? So I just feel some kind words, and I feel on both sides it just needs healing, okay? Yeah, I'm getting here, reconsider your actions. Okay, reconsider what was said, what was done, and there needs to be some love brought into that. Okay, that helps. That makes sense. Okay, who else have we got here? Da-da-da. Kate Eddy. Okay, you'd like guidance for your family. Okay, is that all of them? Okay, I'll just link in with you, Kate, okay, because that's quite a big ask. So I'm just going to link in with you and see what I get. Okay. Right, as I'm linking in with you here, Kate, I'm getting that you mentioned family, but I'm getting that you sort of want time out on your own. It's just like there's a feeling here that you almost just want to run and hide a bit. And it's just like you need some peaceful time on your own, is what I'm getting. And I'm just picking up a lot of noise around, mental noise, physical noise, but also mental noise, busy mind, busy mind. And I wonder, wow, you just need to take some time out on your own here. And peace. It's like bringing some peace into your mind and your heart here. Okay, yeah. And it's calming that down, because I've got here surrender to, can you see that light keeps showing? I think it's just in the window. Surrender to effortlessness. Don't mean you need to go swinging naked on a swing there, but it actually says stop pushing so hard. All right, so I do feel it's almost like ding ding, time out. All right, just take a break, give yourself a rest. I just want to calm your mind. I'm just linking in with your mind here, and it just feels so busy and sort of quite frantic going on here. All right, I'm just going to use the angel cards here. I just want to see what they might have for you. Right, okay, this is lovely. Now I am feeling they are sort of going into a bit more detail. I won't talk about personal things on here, but I do feel that there's factions. The family is splitting into different factions. There's like a fracture going on down here, and it just feels like everything's just got too much. Okay, and I want to, you've got the courage and bravery card here, and I want to say that again, you seem to be the one that's trying to mend everything, trying to be there, hold everyone up, keep it all okay. And I just feel I just want you to step back and just get away for a minute, okay? Because it will come right. All right, it's almost like don't try and fix it all, let people try and fix some of it themselves, empower people to do more themselves. It's almost like it won't all fall apart if you step back, because beautifully you've got this expect miracles card here, and it's expect the best and just trust people that they can, one, look after themselves, two, work it out themselves, and you are a great help to them. But I'm also feeling that this can be just feels like you're trying to take all the burdens on yourself, and I'm sort of saying hand them back to where they belong. Does that make sense? Just, let people walk their own path. You can be there for them when they fall, but even then they have to work out their solutions with support, but not someone doing it for them. Okay, I just feel you want to make everything okay for everybody, and that isn't why we're here. Okay, we all have our own path to lead. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I just wanted to see if there was anything else on that. You've got weight. which is why I'm getting it. I feel like it's step away. It can't all be fixed, okay, straight away. You've got to give some time and let people do some working out themselves. Does that make sense? Bless you, my love. I'll just see what else I've got here. Okay, Leslie, I'm so sorry, my love. Okay, I can't promise. We can't sort of, if spirit don't want to come through, sometimes it can be they're not ready yet. Okay, they're healing over the other side. So I will just link in with you and see what I pick up. Okay. Right, for some reason what I am picking up here straight away is he was very tired at the end, okay, and he's healing. There is a healing process going on, but he's being looked after is what I'm being shown. But would you understand if it was just very tiring for him at the end? So his spirit is healing, okay. But I also get, this sounds a bit cliche, but this is what I will give you what I'm getting, and I am being given. This is interesting because I'm being shown someone handing over. It's a very faint image I've got at the moment, so you also need to give him time, okay? Is because remember, spirit have to learn how to communicate with us as we do with them. All right. And I'm being shown handing a rose, okay, and then all of a sudden it turned into a daffodil. All right. So I don't know whether that would mean something to you. It's almost like you didn't like a lot of fuss with that, but something to do with the spring as well, where he loved the spring. But it was almost, it felt like you weren't necessarily, or he wasn't a hearts and flowers man, but so he's giving you the daffodil, which speaks of new growth. But I get a very gentle energy with him. Very, very gentle. I'm not getting much more, okay? He's not able at the moment, so I'm just getting impressions at the moment. So I hope that does resonate with you. Very, very gentle energy. And there you go. I've actually pulled the partnerships and love card. So there's your message, my love. He is around, very gentle energy. And you know, we do have high expectations on spirit when they pass, that we sort of want them to turn up. But I just get, as I link in with him, it just feels, was he a very gentle man, very loving, didn't necessarily gush it with words, but you just knew. I feel that he was your rock. I just feel like there's this real sense of inner strength. He wasn't necessarily someone to be very vocal, all right. But you always just felt he was there in the background. It's almost like he supported whatever you wanted to do. I've just got this real pillar of strength behind you, okay? Certainly, I mean, as I say, if you wanted a sign, shuffling the cards, and it's pulled the only partnership and love card in there, okay? So, I will, with your permission, my love, I will send you some healing. And just call in the angelics to just wrap you in their love to help you through this, okay? And remember, day at a time, just one day at a time, okay? And I got the trust card for you, so do trust that he's okay, do trust that he's around as much as he can at the moment. But I do feel, in this instance, I do feel that he's also getting on with his own healing, okay? So there is a big sense of resting at the moment, okay? Right, I am getting, are you not getting out? I know this is really tough, and I don't really want to go into it in too much depth on a public forum, but I just want to say there is a feeling of not wanting you to just sit, Okay, he wants you, I want to keep saying there is a feeling, because I'm not getting this verbally at the moment. He's not up to that. Okay, he's just gently putting an impression of wanting you to get out and out. Did the two of you like taking walks? I've got you sort of walking together, and this is where I'm being shown the daffodils again. So depending on where you are in the world, certainly where I am, this is the time of year where they're coming out. And it just feels like he wants you to continue, okay, with what you would have done. I'm not getting a feeling of at all wanting you to sit. All right. So I've actually pulled here, be assertive. It feels like, you know, taking the steps. And obviously, if you feel you need it, then you might want to seek out some bereavement support. But I wish you well, my love, and if that's okay, I will send the healing and ask for that healing to be sent, but it's up to you if you wish to receive it. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Laura. Okay, Sarah K. Sarah, I don't understand. I think there's a typo there. You've put, is the OST coming back? Is that meant to be past? I don't know. So I'll just link in with you, okay? I'd rather not go on what everyone else is saying. I can only ever give you what I'm getting, okay? So I'm going to look at it from a love point of view, all right? Okay, the message I'm getting for you straight away, my love, is dry your tears. I'm being shown somebody just gently wiping your tears away. Okay, it's time to dry your tears. All right. Okay. Now I have got to stay optimistic about your love life. I'm not getting a definitive. If you're wanting someone to come back to you, I'm not getting a definitive yes. Okay, I do feel that I am being shown someone has walked away, but I think it's important to also look at the whys. It didn't work, all right, because I am being shown that you did see some red flags about this relationship. All right, you did actually think, hang on, is this right? Okay, I do feel, I mean, you've got the true love card. I just want to look at this in the context of someone else, because I can feel that someone, I think this is why you might be getting, okay, so here's the thing, you see, because you've also got let go. All right, and that's what I'm feeling, is you need to look at what it meant to you and why, and was it good for you? Did it, you know, because sometimes we want to cling on to something. I'm feeling that you felt it was your true love. But I feel that there is a big rift there that would need a lot of healing to bring it back. So I'm feeling that there isn't a definitive answer. Do remember that Spirit always telling me off, that saying that we always want guarantees, okay? And there aren't any. We're here to live a life, and that doesn't come with a guarantee. Only that we have a finite amount of time. That's our guarantee. We're here and we know we're going to pass, okay? And that change in the middle, there's your guarantee, and lots of change is going to take place in between birth, passing, and lots of change in between, okay? So I am feeling that someone has walked away. I'm not feeling that I haven't got them turning back. All right, but I'm just going to have another look. I'm going to use something else for you here. Have a look at these ones. Right, okay. So I've got here the balance card, but I want you to look at the picture here, because what I'm feeling is there was something totally out of balance in the relationship. Okay, I feel there was an imbalance of power going on here. And I know when something happens, we want it all mended again, but sometimes we do need to take a step back and see what the issues were. Okay, sometimes things can be mended, but it's going to take two. And at the moment, I have got them walking away. Okay, they're turning away. So, and I can't see at the moment them turning back. I'm just going to take. So here's the most essential thing, because I feel it's really dented your self-esteem. You've got here, surrender to the magic of who you are. And I'd like to give this message to everybody as well. It's, I just feel that there's a lot of self-criticism going on here. And I feel that's part of the healing path, is to help you start to believe in yourself again. Because what I was getting was you believe, oh, okay, right, what I'm getting here is the true love card was, yes, it felt like your true love, but you will love again. I am getting you will love again. But as you build up that self-esteem, we attract what we're giving out. So if you are not feeling good about yourself, you could attract someone that actually feeds that back to you. And what I'm getting here is that if you can work on that and start to say to yourself, I deserve the best. I deserve the best. And starting to believe that. I'm not saying that we're all individually perfect on that. You know, we all have our shadow side. We all play our part in relationships. Right, okay. But here's a good affirmation for you. I thought I'd pull you an affirmation that will help you move forward, okay? I see myself healthy, whole, and living in a society where it is safe for me to be who I am and to love others. I'll read that again. Isn't that a great one for all of us? I see myself healthy, whole, and living in a society where it is safe for me to be and who I am and to love others. Okay, you will find that safety and security again. And if on the other side, which I feel is part of this for you, I am in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. That's one of I say that affirmation every day, because then we can go into acceptance more that, you know, we are in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. That helps us heal rather than maybe chasing after something that has walked away from us. Okay, so I do hope that helps. I don't know whether that was the message you wanted, and I do get that it's confusing. Love is challenging. It is definitely challenging. Okay. Okay, Jules. I haven't done you yet, have I, Jules? Jules Giuliana. I'm sorry if I haven't pronounced that correctly. I am sorry. You'll know who you are. Okay, Jules. All right, my love. Let's see if we can help you find yourself. I want to say straight away, Jules, can you just take a couple of deep breaths, and I give this out to everybody. Okay, I'm just going to take us through if you can just take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold, don't strain, don't do anything that's uncomfortable, and then just let it all go. Okay, breathing in through your nose, filling your abdomen, and then letting go and releasing all the stress. Just release and let go. All right, I'm just sort of trying to just calm you there. Right, let's see what I get for you, Jules. Okay, I'm just going to pull 3 for you, okay? Because I want to get the unfolding message, okay? Right. Okay, that makes sense. Right. Okay. I use the surrender cards because I wanted to see where you might be blocked. Okay. And the first one you've got is surrender denial. Okay. It's taking the blinkers off. It's accepting things are as they are. And also I feel in seeing the truth within you. You've also got here surrender defensiveness. So this takes an element of being honest with yourself. Are you reacting to people? Okay. And it's where you play a part in your own life. So I'm going back to the beginning of the show of we make choices of how we want to move on and how we want to get up the next morning and how we want to proceed with our day, whether that's with an open, positive heart or whether we want to sit sometimes in a victim mindset, just saying the world is all against me. Because you also have got surrender to the magic of who you are. I'm going to read this to you, and I really want you to hear this. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. So what I feel is your way forward is I feel you're stuck and you're feeling lost because it's needing to accept what is at the moment. The minute we can get into that state of being, of accepting what is, whatever that is. I've had some horrendous things happen to me in my life, and I've found my way out is by, okay, stop wanting this to be different, stop wanting this to have not happened, because it has happened. So it's like, I spilt the milk. I can't stand there going, I wish I hadn't spilt the milk. Oh my God, I've spilt the milk. What am I going to do? I've spilt the milk. No, I spilt the milk, except the milk is spilt. I'm obviously using this as an analogy of anything that can happen in life. And it's accepting what is, and then it's clear up the milk. What can I do? Do I have to clear up the broken bottle? Do I have to clear up the mess? What do I use to help clear it up? What action can I take? I could go and scream and ask for help and say to someone else, come and clear up the milk. I want you to clear up the milk. When actually the only way forward is we've got to clear up the milk ourselves. Now, I've just been given that by Spirit, a very simple analogy. But we sometimes, in starting to accept how it is, to resist being defensive, and that's like if someone is trying to help us, if we're saying the blame is all on somebody else, we need to just find our way to just sit with what is, accepting, my love, that the blame does not lie with you. Okay, if we can stop blaming and start just accepting that you are a beautiful divine being of light, as we all are. We are flawed, we have challenges, we have problems. That is part of our path here. Okay. And I'm just going to pull you one other. So it feels like there needs to be that acceptance first, and then I'm being shown, then you can open the door and it's the light, let the light in. So I'm being shown you in a bit of a maze and you can't find your way out, but it's by reaching that point of just accepting what is, all of a sudden they're just showing a door and it's open, you can walk through it. Okay, so it feels like then you won't feel so lost, and your next steps will become clearer. Okay, because sometimes we feel lost and it's the non-action at that time that makes us stay feeling lost. Okay, so where it said surrender denial and taking off the mask of sitting in our image of what is going on, and then it just feels like okay, I've also got the regret card for you here. Okay, so I just feel that you might be a bit trapped in regrets, but again, this is getting stuck in the past. It says I know that I cannot change the past, and I'm going back to the beginning of the video, and at the beginning of the show, and it was, about don't get stuck in the past, because we can visit it, but we don't want to get stuck there. Oh, one's just flown out for you. Okay. Got the empathy card just literally flew out there, and I feel this again is for you to express empathy, to get into that position of empathy, of feeling, being able to understand both or each person's point of view rather than just feeling lost on our own, understanding that other people have frailties, other people have flaws. We are all just trying to do the best with what we've got. Okay. I feel here, going back to Georgie would be a great one to see both sides. or many sides. I'm being told there could be many sides to this situation that you're in. But you are going to find your way out, okay? You are going to, but it does require you to take some action, all right? And again, I want to say baby steps, but start with accepting it as it is, not wishing for it to be anything different. And then it's like, then we see our path. But if we're always wanting it just not to be there, then it's really, really hard to move forward. And there we go. There's a last card for you, my love. The success card. You are going to find your way. Okay? So, I bless you. Okay. Okay, Sarah, I'm glad that helped. I'm glad that all made sense. That's brilliant. Okay. All right, Jodie. Jodie Rooks. Okay. Yeah, that's tough, isn't it? Okay. You mentioned, is he my soulmate? I just wanted to say something quickly on that. Is we do use this language now of soulmates and twin flames, and it gets bandied around a lot. We have lots of soulmates in life, okay? Soulmates can be friends, they're people we travel through our lives with, all right? And sometimes being a soulmate doesn't mean it's a big, Cinderella love story, all right? Because do remember that any of the love stories that we've seen in books, they only show up until they get together. They don't show the difficulties that they face afterwards, isn't that so? They don't show their life afterwards. I think they did it in Shrek, and they started to show the cracks appearing and the problems they had and etc. So that's the first one that tackled the afterwards, okay? So sometimes we talk about soulmates, and sometimes they come into our life to show us real challenges and real difficulties, all right? A soulmate can come in to teach to learn a lesson. We've agreed through a soul contract that we are going to learn a lesson when we come here, or fulfill some karma, or clear some karma. And sometimes that can be just to say goodbye. It can be that we finish the job that we came here to do, and it can be then we've done what we did, and it can be to move on. So I just wanted to say that a bit on soulmates, because it can get us stuck in thinking, well, I've met my soulmate, so therefore we have to be together forever. Okay, so I'm just going to link in. Okay, let's see what's going on with you, Jodie. Right, okay. Seeing where you're at with it at the moment, you're in 4 years, he's in England. It's tough to do it long distance. Right, so you're saying you've both come to a point of not knowing. Well, this is what's interesting, because you've immediately pulled the reconciliation card, and I've also got the honeymoon card. All right, so it does feel to me, you've also got, I've pulled 3 for you, and you've got finances and career. So as I link in with this, I'm feeling you can still keep going with this. Okay, I still feel it must be tough on you. But I'm feeling that it could be reaching a point where a decision needs to be made on where you go. And I'm assuming it's your career and your money situation of who goes where. Do you take this to the next step? I'm feeling that it's almost at that. Do we part, or do we, get together permanently? Okay, I'm just going to. And I'm just feeling you haven't made the decision. So Spirit will never tell you what to do. Okay, so I'm not getting you must do it. I'm just getting this isn't over. I'm still seeing you together. And you got believe and succeed. So I'm feeling you can work this out. I'm feeling that you're at the point where you need to make a decision. And sometimes, that's what I mean. I said about soulmates. Sometimes it is the hard decision. So one of you, I feel, has some serious decisions to make. But stay optimistic. All right. So I am getting, whatever I'm pulling here, I am getting that, you know, don't give up on it. But it feels like something might need to change. All right. It does feel like something needs to change. And I'm getting that you will have a peaceful resolution. So whatever, I'm just pulling them from different packs and I'm getting a similar answer. It just feels to me that you've got some deep discussions to have. You've got some deep decisions to make. And the decision may be, you know, you can go either way here. It may be that one of you needs to move, or it may be that you say we can't do this anymore. But I'm seeing that you are at that crossroads place of making that decision. And I can feel that you have a good, strong relationship here. But for some reason, it's just the strain is getting to you, which is understandable. Okay, so, you know, you've done really well. I've done it myself. It's not easy. But I've got, you know, again, ease and grace here. I'm not pulling any real deep problematic. There you go. You've even got surrender to divine timing. I'm trying to see if there's a different thing coming up here, and it's not. It just says that it's you've got a decision to make, and it will happen in its own time once you decide. But there's got to be agreement. Okay, you can't have one of you wanting to go in one direction and the other one. That isn't going to work. So there's some hard decisions to make here, but you've both got to want to be committed to moving forward together. At the moment, I've just got it. You are sort of, but you know, there is this confusion. But it's time to be making that decision. But then there is that divine timing element, that it doesn't mean it's all going to come together straight away. But once you've got that commitment to either, I'm just getting, you're at a crossroads to decide whether to permanently be together or to decide to call it a day. All right. It feels like you're both uncomfortable with keeping going with this. Yeah, just can't. I have pulled the codependency card, okay? So just, I'm not going to say any more about that, but will you just look into that, and just to make sure that you are together for the right reasons is the last thing I'd like to say on that. Is that okay? Okay, right. Thank you, Olivia. Okay, well, I'm going to have to finish shortly. I'd love to be able to sit here all night. Well, it's daytime for me here, so depending on where you are. Olivia. Petropopoulos. I said that right? Okay. Right, I'm just going to do just a few more. I can't go into them in much depth. I'm just going to pull a card. If you do want to have a longer session with me, I do go to my website, melaniewellard.co.uk. I do book in sessions based on time, and I bring all my gifts to bear in each session. So I will do a bit of reading. It may be a bit of coaching. You can have a combined session or just a reading. Some people work with me long term to bring about transformation, very transformational change. But do remember, because a reading will just look at a situation as it is at the moment, but without action, you know, we just forget it and we move on, and then we have another reading, and then we have another reading. So it can help you see that you're on track at the moment. But if it is giving you the indication that change takes place, that's where I come in and do coaching with people to help them to reach wherever it is and make that change. All right, and sometimes we need help with doing that. Okay. So the details will all be in the video at the end. But as I say, go to my website, melaniewellard.co.uk. I do have a Facebook page if you want to follow me. I do regular little inspirational videos. Just going on to YouTube, Melanie Wellard, or Instagram, melanie.wellard. It's all the same. Facebook, Melanie Wellard. Follow me on my profile or a page or whatever. I don't understand a lot of this. I just put it all out there. Okay, so Olivia. Wow. Okay. Olivia, as I'm linking in with your energy here, I'm getting a very spiritual soul with you. And I just feel, I've got the composure card, but what I'm feeling here is this is you. I feel that you are able to be the calm within the midst of the storm. Does that make sense? You've got strength and guidance, and I just feel this is what's around you, but it's also what you offer out to the world, okay? Because you're also, I do feel, do you work with the angelics yourself? I've got holy love here, and I'm just seeing you surrounded in light. All right, I feel you are very much a light worker in this world. You may be getting a calling almost to do more with your work. All right, is what I'm getting here. So yeah, that's going to be a choice of yours if you're not already doing it. Okay. I'm ever so sorry. I don't want to leave you all, but okay. Julia, I'll just do a quick one for Julia Heckenberg. Okay, you're welcome, Georgie. Okay, Julia, I'm just going to, you're looking at new career. Okay, I want to just pull, what do I want to use with you? Use the life purpose cards. Oh, look, we're on 11122. There we go. That's fortuitous as I pull you this card, Julia. Okay. Well, that's interesting. I just got the animals card, working with animals. I feel that you're also linked in very much with your power animal. And for some reason, I'm getting a wolf around you. I'm getting that you have a very powerful energy. So you do, I'm almost seeing you have a lot of psychic ability. Could you do animal readings for people? Could you communicate? Animal communicator is what I'm getting for you. And you've also got spiritual teacher. So I do get very much this very spiritual link with you. And if you're not able to at the moment use it fully in your life, it might be that you can just do a bit of it or start learning about it. But I get that you have a strong affinity with animals and they calm around you. If you're not noticing that, then it's certainly worth looking into, because I feel that you've got a great gift there and a great spiritual energy. So yeah, you could certainly do something like that. I'm afraid I'm going to have to go off now. I came on a bit late, but I've gone over. So I wish you all just a wonderful week ahead. And as I say, if you'd like to book in with me privately, then obviously I can then do a full in-depth hours session with you or more. So please go to my details and I will see you next week. All right. Bye, everyone.